Let us take a look at Halifax now live, and you can see the lineup. People driving into the province's first drive-thru vaccine clinic. It opened up just last hour. People in their cars ready to go. Brett Ruskin is there live for us this morning. Brett was explaining earlier in the morning the reason the parking lot isn't full is because people were told don't just come and sit in your car. Come when your appointment is set for, and obviously they're following the rules there.
So following the rules indeed, Heather. So let me give you lay out the scene here. So this is part of the line. The lineup stretches all the way this way. But if I want to take you kind of this way, this is where the actual vaccination clinic is. So if we take a look here, this is the shipping containers that have been changed into vaccination clinic central. So this is the drive-thru. This is Nova Scotia's first drive-thru vaccination clinic. So the cars are all lined up here. The doors opened just a couple of minutes ago for the second round of vaccines. So we're a little bit behind schedule, but just by a couple of minutes. And so right now we're looking at about 168 vaccinations that are going to happen every single day here. It's a slow start. They want to make sure that they get everything right before they start ramping up. We're looking at the Pfizer vaccine. 50 plus is the age group. I just spoke to a gentleman who was in a car just right over there, and he said that he was very excited to be here, comfortably sitting in his car, and he actually registered for the vaccine on Tuesday, I believe, of last week, and then is here getting the vaccine. And so this is different than what we're seeing in other provinces where there's kind of racing around trying to get your vaccine. This is very orderly. They have security staff. Everything's kind of very calm. And one of the reasons why there is this drive-thru vaccination clinic is because, well, a number of reasons. First of all, it's more comfortable for people who may not want to sit in a hospital for a while waiting for their vaccination. Doesn't take up hospital space to have a waiting room, to have administrative areas, to have the actual booths for vaccination, to have the waiting areas after the vaccination. All of it's happening right there behind me. And also, it offers a bit of a cocoon, a little bit more protection between the healthcare professionals as well as the patients. And so this is, again, a first for Nova Scotia starting today. It just started a couple of minutes ago with folks coming in to get vaccinated, driving through repurposed shipping containers. It's a very Atlantic way to do it here in Halifax. Heather.
So Quebec is bringing in its own drive-thru 1 week from today, probably watching there to see what happens. It's going to be in the Montreal area as of next Monday. But there in Nova Scotia, a new option to drive up the vaccination rate, even as the province tries to drive down the case rate. What are the other new measures Nova Scotia is bringing in?
Yeah, so case count's still high here in Nova Scotia. They are still over 100 daily cases a day. That's really unheard of for Nova Scotia in this pandemic. And so as of today, border restrictions are increased. And so we're looking at restrictions for folks coming from Prince Edward Island and from Newfoundland and Labrador. That's something that we haven't done here in Nova Scotia. I don't think in the pandemic yet. We've always kind of had that free flow of travelers and of traffic from those provinces to here. Also at the land border with New Brunswick, there are some additional measures that is actually stopping some folks who recently purchased houses in Nova Scotia from coming to Nova Scotia to self-isolate in those homes. And so there is not some ambiguity, but there are some folks in limbo between homes, having sold their homes in places like Ontario, and then driving to the border and being stuck at the border or not knowing if they are going to be allowed in. And so that is the situation as it stands now. We may get an update on that border situation at some point throughout the week. But for now, this is the main story of the day here with this vaccination clinic. One more note that I forgot to say that is the most important note. You can't just show up to this vaccination clinic. You have to book ahead. Everyone here has pre-registered. So if you are watching this and think you can just show up and wait in line, that is not the case. Please pre-register. Eventually you will get your shot, whether it's in a hospital setting, a pharmacy setting, or in the comfort of your own car. Heather.
Thank you so much, Brett. We'll check back and see how it continues to unfold. A first there in Nova Scotia.